Why spooky? I'm spooky. Hello. How are you? I don't know how to see the server profile, the Discord server profile, but there is a little Easter egg in there. Yeah, just the beginning of another potentially insane week for me. Yeah, no. So, really sucked the life out of me today. I think things will all get better soon, but today, not great. Right now, I'm trying to make sure I rescued my Final Fantasy XIV account correctly. I have continued, or over the weekend, I continued on my sort of unhinged security quest. And okay, I managed to log in, and I'm on a fat cat. I forgot that I had my mount. But somehow in that process, I fucked up my one-time password for old Final Fantasy XIV. But I have fixed it. Fun. Fun. That's cool. I'm glad it stands for that. I hope something changes. I really hope that something changes such that everything could be nice for everybody. Everything could be nice for more people instead of awful. That's my wish. I wish this. It would be very nice. Maybe someday. Oh, did Bun emerge from someplace?
Which she did in a way that like her whole body came out at once.
I had a all right. Okay. Well, I had to lie down on the couch earlier, and I did not use the blanket. I put the blanket on top of the couch,
Yeah.
and they're getting kind of smart. Like both of them kept going and putting their faces in, so they were like trying to nuzzle the blanket, even though it was up in the sky, as opposed to laying on me where they could nuzzle under
Yeah.
and cocoon. So they neither of them, for whatever reason, seem to have the sense of um, like they don't grab
Yeah.
it with their mouth and pull it down. But
Unless she was trying to rip it off of me in the middle of the night.
Bun invented new technology. She worked her way up into it on the top. But then she wasn't satisfied with that, so she did go across the top inside of the blanket
Yeah.
and then down. So she managed to bring it down for them.
In the derpiest way possible.
Yes, it was very not quite intentional, but that makes sense for Raisin Brain. You have Raisin Brain, Miss Bun? Ah. Crawl under your head, onto the pillow. Nice. All right, Miss Bun. You can sit here. It's crazy how much, like, the new place is still a month away. I'm excited and scared about that. The rent is pretty expensive. But the everything else is going to be better. You know, that's the thing that is degrading, but literally everything else about it is improving. More space, better location, better everything about the place itself.
The anti-itch cream stuff.
Yeah, so you went with heat.
Yeah, I went with the hot water method. So I had to.
Nakomi got. I am gonna have to learn new callouts. Yeah, I have to gain all the new map knowledge in the new location. Nakomi got fucking blasted on top of her foot by a wasp / hornet / yellow jacket yesterday.
Wait, no. I got assaulted in every way possible. It
was one sting.
Yes. That was in my pants under a blanket. My sense of safety has been fucking obliterated.
Shattered. There's no such thing as security.
Two. Stop. We need to leave.
We have had a sort of steady invasion of wasps.
Also, the way they spelled ow. I keep reading it as cow. So you're just saying fucking cow. And I was like, I'm not that fat. That's really mean. It swelled up really bad. Well, not really bad, but somewhat bad. And now it keeps itching. Like every 3 hours. It's just.
It didn't swell up very bad.
I corrected myself. It did have a line.
I'm just saying, I've seen swelling where it's like when you
yeah.
blow up like a glove.
Yeah. No, it wasn't. It wasn't that bad, but you could see like an outline of like where the shit was pissing off my skin.
Yeah, that was weird. It did do like a circle.
I'm trying. I'm trying real hard. The itch cream has been very helpful until tonight. Seemed to have not done its job.
God, how can a dog this small exist?
I can't believe there's dogs smaller than Bun.
You're the best, Bun. Bun is just a small source of infinite love. Like the brain, yeah. It definitely doesn't seem essential. One of the things with the new place that I really, really, really want to do is I just keep thinking about home automation stuff. I really want to mess with home automation stuff. I would like to nerd out. I think I mentioned this before, but an interesting make this room gay. Please. Please gay this room. Um yeah. I have zero trust stuff, and so on, and self-host is all. That's the thing. So the real puzzle with home automation stuff today is there's a fuck ton of stuff that is cloud-based. Obviously I don't want any of that. So everything that I'm gonna do or that I want to do is going to be based around things that I can set up to function only locally. You know what I'm saying? So anything from like lights to cameras to sensors, whatever, none of it is going to be cloud-based. And in terms of external access, it's all going to be zero trust. I'm interested in things like there are these like cool weather station setups you can do, and I think it would be really sick to get something like that mounted on the roof maybe, and be able to, you know, measure like precipitation and temperature and have, you know, reactive stuff, kind of like what Copper was saying there. I don't know the extent. I think it's pretty fucking open-ended, but like I don't know what all's available. I think if you're willing to DIY, I think you can do crazy stuff. Like I'm pretty interested in air quality, and I'm wondering what is available in that regard. Oh, 100%. Home Assistant is basically the only thing for it. Because Home Assistant marries everything together, regardless of whether it's Matter or Z-Wave or ESP Home, you know, fucking whatever. You just run it all under Home Assistant. The one thing I don't know is whether running it in a container under TrueNAS is gonna work the way I want, or if I need to get one of those standalone Home Assistant boxes, because it seems like it has some functionality that I'm just not sure about that. I don't know yet. I haven't actually embarked on this yet, Dav. But if you're interested in this thing too, maybe it's something that we can chat about, as we go. I can provide updates on what I'm doing and let you know what my findings are. Yeah, God, I hate things that need a fucking app. I don't I don't want anybody's fucking app. And that's getting more and more and more difficult. Dude, Dav, same. I have it in TrueNAS doing nothing because I don't have anything. uh, what about my ad? What's your ad, Dave? Are you running an ad? I thought you were saying you don't want. Oh, app. App. Weighted Doritos, beautiful. Now Copper mentioned, or no, not Copper. Rudy mentioned that they got an air purifier, but it requires an app to use it, and I fucking hate that shit. I will only invest in things that are possible to run without the internet connection, without the Wi-Fi, without the app. Like, my air conditioner here in my office, you can use an app and you can do stuff like schedule, when it turns on and off and yada yada and whatever, but also you can just use the buttons on the front. So I don't use the app. Yeah. If it can't be local only, it doesn't enter this house. Will that work, Copper? If that works, then I'm in. Build your own air purifier. That is absolutely the way I'm treating everything, Rudy. I have gone completely over the edge with mainly privacy, also security. I have divided the phones in a wild way. My old phone I have relegated to only work things. So it's all of my work stuff. And I found, I think I mentioned it already, but there's this carrier. They're like a sub carrier. I think they're they're leasing off of T-Mobile or whatever, but they're completely privacy focused. They're called Freely. And the only thing you have to give them is your Zip plus 4. I've talked about this already. And then boom, you got a phone number. So it's pretty nice privacy wise. So I have that eSIM'd onto my old phone. And I'm going to use that for anything that requires me to have SMS MFA. So that I don't have to, or anything that requires me to give out a phone number. So I don't have to give out my personal number. And so then my other phone is the Graphene OS, extremely locked down, which I have finally got I've got my two profiles set up pretty well now, where the owner just doesn't have anything set up at all. And then I have a play profile and a no play profile. So the play profile actually runs Google Play services, so I can have like Android Auto and whatever, and it's very locked down, very minimal. And then no play is where I have everything else. And um, I'm nearly at the point, I've almost got it worked up to where I have automatic backups, and then I have the duress option where there's the special code that just basically blows away the phone, and then I have the ability to restore later. I don't know why all of that is so satisfying to me, but I really, really like it. And I've, I'm not completely de-Googled, but I have very much put Google in the smallest jail or jails that I can, wherever I have to touch it. You know, and mainly it's work where I really can't de-Google because it's all, you know, they use the G Suite for shit and yada yada. So I can't really break free there, but I can relegate it to its own device. And I don't really care in that case, right? It's separated from me or my personal stuff anyway. Oh. Later, Copper. Yep. Google are blowing themselves up. It'll be interesting to see if they stick to their guns on that or if people actually um, leaving Google over it has any sort of an impact at all. Apparently, Amazon is doing a similar thing. So if you still use Amazon, that search bar at the top of Amazon is going to be turned into a chatbot. And you won't be able to just search for a product anymore. It's going to be, you have to converse about a product. And Amazon's going to tell you what you can get or what you should get. Yeah. I don't think they're going to wonder. I think they know. When we're talking about Google and Amazon, they know. They don't care. That's why they're scrambling to build out data centers on top of everybody. Y'all see that shit about the parasite data centers? No? Oh my gosh. Gamers Nexus covered it, I think. But basically, it's a thing where these companies put like a little data center underground in your front yard. And you don't get anything from it. It's just leeching off of your internet and your electricity and etc. and your water, I guess. Um, so like hypothetically, you could be renting a place from somebody and the landlord could have something like that underground. Just look up parasite data centers. The Airbnb that we stayed at might have had something like that, because they had something really fucking bizarre in their front yard. It was loosely masked with like 3 little trees or bushes, but in their front yard there were like these 2 or 3 sort of capped things sticking up out of the ground. And then there were what I would call like panels. Not panels. I don't know. They're basically like access panels that were like sticking straight up out of the ground. It was poorly disguised, and we were really like, what is this? Like, what would you even have in your yard that looks like this? Like, this isn't a sprinkler system. This isn't like a septic situation. So what the fuck is this? And it might have been a buried mini data center. I'm not sure how out there those are yet. Taking a look here. Oh, it might be hard to find just searching for parasite data centers, because people refer to data centers as parasites, rightly. NVIDIA's new partnership wants to put mini AI data centers on your house. California-based Span originally launched back in 2018 with its smart electrical panels designed to help homeowners save money on electrical bills. Oh, I like those, though. Now it's upgraded its portfolio to include a mini data center that can be accessed from anywhere. In collaboration with AI giant NVIDIA, Span is looking to sell its nodes, called XFRA units, and install them on the side of residential homes and small commercial businesses for AI cloud providers to extract energy and tap into the network. So basically, they're going to make you pay for their data center energy. Someone commented. And basically, yes. Many data centers could keep AI afloat while curbing some of the concerns around the technology. Could AI be hooked directly to your house? But yeah, that's the weird thing about it, is you don't really get any benefit from it. It's not like you're getting... It's not like it's your own AI data center or something like that. Which is what you would think. But, no, it's just like a leech that they just attach to your house, and I don't think that you get anything. The Span installation bundles a smart electrical panel, an XFRA unit, a backup battery, and sometimes solar panels. Homeowners will pay a flat fee for power and Wi-Fi, and are compensated based on Span's energy and network use. So yeah, you're paying them to put this on your house, and then they compensate you based on their... Like, that seems backwards. Why are you paying them at all? This story really doesn't have much else to it, unfortunately. I like the fucking smart electrical panels, though. I don't know if this is the only brand doing it, but I liked that you could have an electrical panel where you have full, like, you know, you can get all the data. It's a home assistant thing. Like, you could measure the electrical situation going on and blah, 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 blah. I know. I wish that I wish that we weren't a society organized around infinite profit. If only we weren't that. There's their thing. Introducing XFRA, the distributed data center. Okay. XFRA is the first distributed data center using existing infrastructure and underutilized power capacity to meet expanding AI compute demand. It's designed to deliver gigawatts of new inference compute faster and cheaper than conventional data center buildouts. Yeah, I mean, it's a rack mount that they install on your property. The problem: after decades of flat growth, AI is transforming global energy demand by an order of magnitude. Blah 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 blah. Unlocking power headroom. 200 amps, typical home electrical service size. 80 amps, underutilized capacity per home. 40 amps, safety reserve. 80 amps, typical max concurrent power use. XFRA converts underutilized behind-the-meter power capacity into high-value compute, leveraging existing infrastructure rather than waiting for new large-scale interconnects and centralized buildouts. Powered by SPAN. So they say this is to do with their smart panel. It's purpose-built to be easily installed outdoors, blah, blah, blah. They give the specs. It's weird that they give the specs because, for instance, 16 NVIDIA RTX Pro 6000 Blackwell Server Edition GPUs. You don't get access to this. 4 AMD EPYC CPUs. How much do you have to pay them? If it's not much, maybe you pay them to install this, and then you bust that fucker open and you take the fucking hardware. It's the only way you get a GPU in the future. Just fucking rob these people. Yeah, this is fucking tech bros inventing trains is what this is. Like, we all have to collectively fucking support the AI build out, and we have to pay you to do it for us. Why would we do that? Why would we pay for you to install this fucking barnacle on our properties? Homeowner value. This is in the white paper. I'm reading the white paper now, sorry. Section 5.3, Homeowner Value and Fairness. XFRA offers a great deal to homeowners. XFRA installs the energy and compute system, including SPAN panel, whole home battery backup system, along with XFRA compute node at no cost to homeowners. XFRA pays the homeowner a monthly rental to subsidize their energy and high-speed broadband bills such that they are a fraction of what they would normally be. Okay, well, that's not what the article said. So I guess it pays to go and read the white paper. This offers homeowners a sizable discount and predictability in their monthly billing. When there is a power outage, the node workloads are quickly transferred to other nodes in the fleet. The remaining battery is made available to power the home as a benefit to the homeowner. I still think it's stupid. But that makes more sense than you paying them. Except for that you probably do. This probably isn't totally the whole picture, because you probably do have to pay for the fucking panel, right? The panel is like one of their products. That was how they started, was making the SPAN panel. And then you get a whole home battery backup system, which is kind of crazy. I mean, the battery looks like it's fucking big, Tenosis. It does look like it's big. But then, it's weird because you don't get to connect to this thing, this barnacle that's on your shit.
You do get the battery, I guess, and the smart panel, but they're also using your resources, but I guess paying you for them. I don't know. This whole thing sucks. I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like it. I'm trying to make my own damn data center. I don't need a leech as well. Oh god, yeah, they pay you in tokens. XFRA creates a new recurring revenue stream that monetizes the SPAN platform. It strengthens SPAN differentiation in home energy management, expands the value of the installed base, and deepens the SPAN role as the coordination layer between home energy and next generation compute. Boy, I don't think I would even get their base product after reading this. Because what it sounds like to me is that their smart panel is actually, from their perspective, a Trojan fucking horse. Like, they want to be installed in every house, and then they want to be the grid. We are the network. I don't, that's not what I'm looking for, man. I just want to be able, I just like the idea of having, you know, some data about my electricals. I don't want to be part of your fucking, evil torment nexus, okay? Oh my god. Governments and society. XFRA supports the growing demand for high-performance compute driven by AI adoption while reducing reliance on slow, capital-intensive centralized build-outs alone. A distributed architecture can improve resilience by reducing dependence on a small number of large sites and by encouraging more geographically balanced infrastructure. So they're basically saying, when the missiles inevitably come, our system has the benefit of expendable citizens. The expendable citizenry. Our data center is spread out across millions of people. We could lose hundreds of thousands and the data will stay up. It's fine. A normal data center is nothing but a big target. These are the benefits. Oh, man. I hope they fail. I hope they fucking fail. Ooh, they have a risks section. Key risk areas include product market fit. Will compute customers commit to purchase capacity at pricing and terms that support a durable business? That's not the people that have the thing installed on their shit. Those, you don't even come up as a risk. Deployment and operations. Can we install, service, and monitor nodes at scale with a homeowner-friendly experience and sustainable unit economics? No. No. You, excuse me, can you imagine that you just have, like, these dickheads show up? Because also, how rapidly is this hardware outdated? Right? Isn't that constantly happening? Aren't these dickheads going to be at your house like pretty fucking regularly to poke around with this thing and change what's in there and et cetera, et cetera? I mean, that doesn't sound like what they're saying here, Tenosis. This is their distributed data center. They're going to want to maintain it. That's what they're selling. Homeowners, home builders, and communities partner on build-to-rent and new build deployments and repeatable installation programs to help build a more resilient, sustainable grid and a compute infrastructure layer where hosting communities share in the upside. This isn't how we improve the grid. We improve the grid by fucking improving the grid. Like, the shit that we're running into is that we have not reinvested in our own country. And then, oops, we had needs all of a sudden. I mean, I don't agree with the needs, but we had needs. Like, if you don't fucking invest in your infrastructure, it's going to degrade. It's not going to keep up. Like, why are we not? We have this fucking, we're owned by the fucking oil money. So we don't do the things that are obvious, like solar deployment. We don't need to do any fossil fuels at all if we just did solar deployment. I did not, Dave. I did not. I'm running to go and see. Oh. What a beautiful time to be a subscriber. Oh my God. I don't think a privately owned, distributed, whatever, it's not even, the point of it isn't even to actually improve the grid. They're just characterizing it as that. But what it is a distributed, their shit. A little rack mount with a fan, a battery, a power panel, and maybe some solar panels is what they would be distributing. But it's privately owned. It's not anything to do with, like, it's not to the benefit of society, despite how they are characterizing it. I am so looking forward to listening to this, Dave. I'm not saying distributed is bad. I'm aware of, like, mesh networks and so on and so forth. The problem I have, as always, is this fucking, like, we just let corporations do whatever. And we don't even really ask for much in return anymore. Like, we don't even really get the convenience that we are promised in exchange for our total and complete servitude to the corporations. I want to see municipal efforts. Give me municipal data center. Give me municipal internet. Co-ops. People powered, people built. outside of corporate control, where the mission is not infinite profit. This is why I like, anything that goes against the corporations, like mesh networks, Meshtastic, so on and so forth. That stuff's all very cool. There's some possibility of an entirely alternative internet, self-hosting stuff. The trouble with self-hosting stuff is, unfortunately, it's just not viable for people at large. I mean, it's always going to be... I mean, we don't even have the year of the Linux desktop. We're never going to have the year of the self-host unless that was the way that we chose to organize ourselves. If that was the way, the number one way software was built, was that it was built to run locally and safely and privately, as opposed to the reality that we do live in, where your operating system isn't even yours. It takes over your computer, and it's somebody else's computer now. Your phone is basically just a spying device that you take with you wherever you go, etc., and so on. It really sucks. It really sucks that we've configured our society this way. Big storm. Tornado. Nothing near me. Looks like there's some big shit going on in Kansas, Oklahoma, Missouri, or about to be Missouri. Yeah. The problem is that we do not have a people first mentality across the board for everything. That's why, like, CEOs make 1,000 times more than their workers now. Like, this shit's just extraction. It's just pure extraction. They're not 1,000 times better than you. They're not doing 1,000 times more work than you. They're doing work that is... Here's what it is. CEOs are not good at something that's really hard. What they are is they are, like, grandfathered in. Information is vouchsafed to them. It's positional. It's familial. It's nepotistic, it's cronyism, it's whatever. Or certain people who just manage to have that mentality and break their way into that sort of world or whatever. But it's mostly just like charisma and bullshit and who you know and yada yada. Like, CEOs don't do anything particularly special. And yet... They are treated as demigods above all of us. And I'm not even opposed to CEOs making more money. I understand that there are aspects of it that are unique in terms of, like, you have the pressure of everything. You're the figurehead. Everything's focused on you. You're overseeing it all and, whatever. But not 1,000 times more. Just not 1,000 times more. You have to leave shit for the rest of everybody. It's just good sense too, as well. But we just optimize. We min max. How far down can we squash the workers before society collapses? Just exactly how far can we take it? I have pulled down the mini series. Thank you, Dave. Very much looking forward to that. Well, that shit is I mean, if you look at what's been going on with the SpaceX thing, that shit's all changed now. Honestly, Tenosis, things are changing so rapidly that we don't really even have a good sense or I feel like people don't have an updating mental map of what's been going on. Because like it's kind of becoming clear at this point that the stock market is decoupled from anything that should matter to anybody like you or I. It doesn't have anything to do with you or I anymore, apart from if you happen to have a 401k. But like the majority of Americans don't have anything in the stock market at all. And the stock market just goes up. Whether the company is profitable or not, whether the CEO is an out and about Nazi or not, etc. and so forth. It's just money has never been more fake. It's getting faker all the time, and it's not good. Well, the thing that's unique about SpaceX is that it's being fast-tracked in, first of all. And second of all, it is completely unprofitable because it has had Grok bolted onto it, which is what it's like over $2 billion in the negative. So you've got this company that's completely unprofitable and is never going to be profitable going public, doing an IPO. And we already basically know that it is just going to happen because this shit, it's just, people just want it. Like, the people who are left don't even, I don't think there's many people who believe the Elon lie anymore about him being like an inventor or some fucking, Iron Man, blah, blah. There's just the like line go up people and Elon make line go up. Not because it should, not because there's any logic to it. The dude has violated so many... I can't say all the things that need to be said about that, but suffice to say, if laws were real, he'd be in jail. And not doing what he's doing. And not getting away with what he's done. But laws aren't real, is what we have learned over the past decade. So that's the thing, is like we find ourselves looking at it and we're remembering when things operated a certain way, which it's not like shit was good then either, by the way. It's not like things were operating correctly 10 years ago or 10 years before that, and whatever the fuck correctly even means. But what we do know is it's worse now than it was. Worse now than it was then, in ways that are unfathomable to us, and we don't even really have the words to describe what it is, so we just sort of like kind of fumble or mumble through like, well, that's not how it works. You can't put a comment on it, and we just say that shit like it fucking matters. But it doesn't. It obviously doesn't, because they just rewrite the rules every day. They're being rewritten every moment. Like, whatever you can say about like, well, that's not how that's... Nope. Sorry. New rules. New rules just came down. It is how it works now. So... thank you for stopping by Co's Happy Fun Time stream. I don't know, Rudy, you always kind of veer off into tinfoil hat territory to some degree, I feel. I don't think it's as coordinated as all that, I would say. I think it is just profit seeking. It's like probably 99% of it all, of everything. It's profit seeking. And I'm not saying that there's no malice. I think there's a lot of malice. But I'm not sure it's as coordinated as all that. I think it's just... it's a lack of care. It's a lack of scruples. It's a boundless selfishness. It's endless greed, you know, etc. I don't think it's meticulously planned to that degree. Again, I'm not saying that nothing is. Like, obviously shit like Project 2025 exists, and that was a meticulously planned, you know, basically kill the poors and minorities plan. But in general, like, I don't think that LLMs were made to with a particular purpose in mind. I think it was just some motherfucker wanted a lot of money and took something that was half-baked, undercooked, and said, this has to be deployed inside of everything. And hyped it up until it was. Even though it's not, even though it shouldn't be. It shouldn't be in everything. It fucks up constantly. It's like, this is the crazy thing about our real AI dystopia compared to the one Hollywood thought would happen, is that we just have this dumb AI and it's going to be injected into everything, and it's never going to be different from how it currently is. It's not going to stop hallucinating. It's never going to be AGI. Reminder, by the way, our progress towards AGI is still 0%. Because all they've done is all the shit that's inherent to the models is still inherent to the models. They've thrown more and more and more compute at it, but it's still the models doing the same shit. It's all inherent to it. And we're just running with that. We're running with this scare quotes AI that doesn't think, doesn't rationalize, it doesn't have a brain. It's not sentient. It's just a complicated magic trick. You know, that movie AI actually is weirdly probably closer to our reality than anything, where it's just these soulless machines that trick people into thinking that they are alive, but they're not alive. Good night, Kiki. I should get out of here too. I'm just ranting. I'm just spiraling. But thanks for hanging out, y'all. I'm sorry. Sorry for the way I am, as always. I hope you have a lovely evening. I hope you have a better tomorrow. I will see y'all next stream.